Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and welcome to our whatever month this is in. Everything has been a blur for the last 3 weeks. September Horror Hangout Live. We are coming out of cons, so we are, trying to pretend like we've gotten back to normal with life, but I don't know if that's happened for anybody just yet. So tonight's panel is the people that went to cons with us. That's pretty simple. So Mike went to a different con than Angel did. Angel went with Tasha, who has been on the channel a million times. Everybody should know who Tasha is by now. And then Mike went with our very first time ever on the show. And Mike, I'll let you do introductions for Ash.
Yes. Everyone, this is my co-host. I will let her introduce herself, but this is my co-host from Rise from the Dead podcast. I will let you go. Ash, introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about you.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Ash to Ashes. I am 1/3 of Kill the Dead podcast, 1/3 of Rise from the Dead podcast. I also contribute to Dread Central every month, and yeah.
Finally, you get it right.
I know Germs is gonna be so proud of me.
She never tells people everything that she does. It's
Well,
because she does
it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Well, I'm super excited to have finally meet you because obviously I've known who you were for a while now, and I work. Obviously Mike is a co-host for Voices, and so it's really cool to finally have you here. So thanks for coming and hanging out.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, us too. Mike is running the show here because this was his idea. So, but first, before we jump into con stuff, I did want to show what came in the mail today.
Yes.
And I have to make sure I cover it. So
cover
any early release information, because this is not the case. Oh Lord, I had it so perfect when I was showing you guys a minute ago. We got our little trophies for the Sacred Crypt Awards.
Oh, thank you.
So, listeners, if you're looking live, this is your first view of the trophy.
I'm trying to make sure I keep it hidden because it's got the engraving on the front, but it's cute.
You put Tasha instead of Anastasia on the best editor one, right? Is that?
I actually just put pain in the ass. Is that okay?
And then it has a big 7 on it.
It does have a big 7 on it. Yes. So I just wanted to show these because they came today and they are so cute and they turned out perfect. And for anybody wondering, this is it's not hollow. I was worried it was going to be like cheap plastic. They're not. They're really nice. So I'm very excited. I still have to check all the spellings. So we'll see. I'm going to have Mike double check my work, make sure I didn't misspell anything because I'm not good at it. Tasha can vouch for that. Anyway, but I just wanted to give you a shout out for these because these are, we're very excited about these. And our live for this is October 25th is our Sacred Crypt live. So if you are, interested in watching that, make sure you're subscribed so you get notified. Put it in your calendar, whatever you want to do to remember. But what?
Putting it in my calendar.
Oh, bam! I thought you said damn, and I was like, what? Did something happen? What did I say? Dang! Put it in your calendar. You have to be there, Tasha. You're moderating the comments.
I forgot.
Oh my god! What were you saying, Ash?
That's why I'm putting it in my
We're
calendar.
professionals. OMG. Anyway, so I just wanted to promo our little award show that's coming up. October 25th. I don't remember what time.
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Central.
Yes. And
yeah, it's going to be fun, guys, because the Sunday before our show is actually the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, which is celebrating mainstream horror, which we still love. But then flash forward to Saturday, and you get us honoring indie horror. So there's horror all week long. You guys are going to want to watch.
I didn't even realize it was the week after. That's crazy.
Prepare to be sick of us.
Yes.
That's right.
Too late.
Yeah. Shut up, Tasha. Yeah, because both of you guys are presenters, so you'll be a part of it. And Tasha, you have to be there on time to manage the comments. That was a whole ass conversation we had.
I'm here on time. every time. Thank you.
You
very
are usually on time. This is true. But anyway, so we're excited. We can't wait. We just have like a couple more things I think we have to get together, and we got to do some practice runs. But other than that, because it's going to be live. But otherwise, I'm excited. I think it's coming together good so far.
Me too. I'm very excited, and I can't believe it's already like it's coming fast.
We started talking about this in June. That was like yesterday, you know?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. We made it happen, Captain. Quick. Yeah. But anyway, so we're here to talk cons. I'm done. That was my little thing.
Yes. So this horror hangout for September is all about horror conventions, conventions in general, because coincidentally, this was not planned at all. Angel and I were having a conversation. She was letting me know that she was attending TBR Con, which is a book con in Tennessee.
Yeah, Knoxville,
Tennessee. And I asked her, oh, what weekend is that? Because every time we're doing scheduling and stuff, we just want to make sure we know what each other's doing so that we block stuff off. And it just so happened to be, it was the same weekend that I'm attending Horror Hound in Cincinnati, which is a huge horror convention in the Midwest. It's very long running. It celebrated its 20th year this past September.
Dang.
Was it 20 or 25, Ash?
It was the 20th because I believe it's for the magazine. The magazine.
Oh yeah. Oh, the magazine. Yes, the magazine turns 20. But yeah, so we're talking cons. Everything about what we did that weekend. Again, Angel and Tasha went to a book convention, TBR Con. We went to a horror convention, which also had a small film festival, celebrity sightings, etc. So we're going to kick it off to you, Angel and Tasha, to talk about TBR Con, what it is, what you guys were doing there, and your experience there.
We don't know what we were doing there, right? We just kind of like
we still don't
around. We still
we just talked a lot of shit.
We did. Tasha wandered off, then she would come back and I would wander off. And no, so TBR Con, this was the second annual TBR Con. Tasha got to go last year. This was my first time going. But it's the Tennessee Books and Reading Convention, I think is what the B&R stand.
Book and readers, I think.
Book and readers, which is very clever because TBR is to be read. You make a TBR list like you do a TBW. Anyway, so but the kind of difference between our two cons is that ours was not horror specific. So Megan, the woman who runs it, is a horror author. She does have more connections in the horror world, but she it's everything. So it had like kids, fantasy, romance, some other things, horror, basically like anything. We were like, yeah, we were across from a monster. Anyway, so yeah. They were like, I don't even know why they were right across from us, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, so it had everything. They even had like some merch vendors, different things that weren't necessarily, we found this last minute, but we found this really cool lady that did like t-shirts and I don't know, cups, stickers. She had like all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of what it is. What we were doing there is Tasha and I had a table. We were vendors. And so we split a table in half, and I put my books and the publishing stuff on one side. And then Tasha had, her Sinister Scoop and stuff on the other half of the table. And yeah, so we met a lot of really fun people. This was the first, Tasha and I have been friends for 4 years. This was the first time we'd ever met in person. I've also known Kat Velour for several years. This was my first time meeting her in person. The bottom right is me and Patrick. Patrick has submitted to, I think, every submission open call we've done for anthologies. And we just got to meet a lot of people see a lot of people. Tasha, this was second sighting for Tasha, but I got to meet a lot of people that I've follow online, but have never met in person. And essentially we were there to sell books. That was what we were there for. And of course, buy some, even though who has the time to read anything anymore? But anyway, hey Lexi, how are you?
Lexi.
I'm yelling because I feel like she needs for me to yell. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I got excited. But anyway, so we And we got to like, it was really fun because all of our friends were like in the same vicinity as us. Yeah, we had a great time. Tasha and I are still friends. We survived meeting each other. So that's probably,
Let's be honest. You love me more than you did before.
don't be
I
telling
thought
me
you were going to
that.
say you love me
That's
more
funny.
than I love you.
That would be on par for, yeah. It was, we made it. We did okay. I think that, it's fine. We survived. So we were
did.
joking that it's like, oh, it's going to be a whole nother 4 years before we ever see each other. What was it like for you, Tasha? How was it being back and seeing people again and stuff for the second time?
It was fun. Like last year was very different because we were just coming off the Golden Scoops, so people actually like had recently found out who we were and were like excited and that kind of thing. And then we've been on hiatus for the last few months, so I kind of felt weird like setting up for the scoop, but there were people it was great to see again, some that I missed that made it last year and weren't able to make it this year. But it's fascinating to have, especially even though obviously horror is our thing, having the different genres there, like it's still fun to network, and you just never know when you're going to run into somebody that's like, oh, well, I write this stuff, but really I'm a horror fan. And, you know, like you said, kind of putting faces to things and getting to see your reactions real time when I talk shit, just all
like,
freaking day was so great.
Yeah, we were table mates, and I was like, I didn't know it was going to be this bad. I wish I had known it was going to be this. And then, like I was telling, because Kat, so Ruth Anna was sitting to our left, and then our friend Kat Valor was on the other end, and like one table down. And I asked him, I was like, where is she? And Kat was like, yeah, she does that. She just like wanders off. And I was like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm having like a panic attack. And Tasha's just over there socializing, giving out stickers or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? Can you come sit down next to me for at least 20 minutes until I could get acclimated here?
No.
I did. I know she was gone. But you're right though, because I actually made friends with like a romantasy writer. Morgan is her name, but her book is about werewolves. Come on, so anyway, but she was super, super nice, and she doesn't really read horror, but we talked about some things. And I met another publishing company called The Fractured Mirror that doesn't just do horror, but it was good to make that contact with them. And I told them, obviously we can help with interviews or promotions when their authors have new books out. Like I'm happy to be a part of that. So it was crazy. We were there. I went down in the morning that Friday before, or that afternoon, that Friday before. And then the event was from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday.
Ooh.
And then Sunday it was from 10 a.m. to 5, but I had to leave to come back home. So yeah, we were there all day Saturday. Saturday we got there at like 9, I think, to set up.
Somewhere
It was
around
a little
there.
after 9.
If there's one thing I would change, like last year it was Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday, and it was 10 to 5 both days. And I guess some people had kind of complained that like on Friday that it wasn't, that we didn't stay later, which is cool. But 10 hours, math, 9 hours, 9.
That's
It's especially, I mean, I work from home now. I don't people anymore. Like
it was a lot. It was a lot.
This is my interaction.
I was tanked. I had no energy. I lost my voice. Like Saturday night, we were all hanging out. Can you hear this? Would you like me to turn it up? I lost my voice, and I was like raspy for like a couple of days. It took me a little while to get it back. Shut up, Tasha. And so, but yeah, it was a lot of peopling, a lot of socializing, a lot of talking to people that want to talk to you for 10 minutes, but not buy your book. And you're just like, come on. Like, it's like, I don't mind the conversation, but come on, please. Like, I mean, otherwise, like, honestly, just skip me. Like, I don't, it's a lot to socialize. And people like would love to tell you how much they don't read what you're offering, but then they stand there. And like one lady gave me unsolicited writing advice about my grief and past childhood trauma. So that was interesting. But yeah, it was a lot of talking, a lot of people. And I was tanked.
Thanks.
Oh, girl, I know. I was like, Okay. Are you
You
gonna buy
gotta
a
love
book?
unsolicited advice.
Oh,
Always.
I was just nice. I was nice, but the same time I was just kind of like, if you're not gonna buy a book, I'm just saying. But anyway, but yeah, so we had we had fun though. It was a lot of fun, and we got to hang out a little bit before and after the days, and so it was. I made Tasha do all the heavy lifting.
That's what I work out for.
She was like, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this cooler. She was like, I got it, and I was like, what?
Are you sure? Yes, bitch.
I said, are you sure you got it? She
Damn.
was like, yeah, I got it. And we had to park so far away because we didn't get there early enough. So we were parked. So I was like, we have to walk all the way to the building. Are you sure? I was there for moral support. But I was like, I can't do this. And our cooler is just like a regular, like a medium size with the handles. There's no wheels or anything. Anyway, so. But we got. Yeah.
Are you going to invest in one with wheels?
For next year, probably. Yeah. And for other things that may happen before then. But yes, I'm definitely going to get one with wheels. And I'm going to use, because Tasha had to watch me pull this open box with all my books and bookmarks. Girl, everything fell out. I was like, I tried to pick the box up and it just like everything. It was like confetti. I was like, son of a bitch. So I had to put everything back in the box. And I'm carrying my little box like this. And I'm like, this was dumb. I have a rolling suitcase.
Guess who just realized they have a cooler on wheels?
I gotta go.
It's in the
pantry.
Well,
that's
now
what
you have to
get.
invest.
You had to carry it, so I don't even. That's hilarious. Well,
Oops.
Now we know. So, if you go to TBR Con, folks, bring things on wheels because you're going to have to walk real far to get inside that building.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we had fun. It was a good time. I'll definitely be trying to go next year.
Oh, good. That's the fun part is like always, obviously, you want to have fun. You want to enjoy yourself. And if you see yourself wanting to go again, that's a success in itself.
Yeah.
Through that.
Yeah. It was
the trauma she endured. The fact that didn't turn her off to it entirely is impressive.
We also went, I will say this too, last thing, and then I'll shut up. But we also, it also just happened to be on a weekend when there was like 50 other things going on. So everybody was telling me about how much slower it was this year than last year. And I'm like,
yeah. So they had, because Bristol, Tennessee is where they do one of the NASCAR races. So that was that weekend. There was a UT football home game that weekend. They call it a rod run. It's like a car show. That's like this huge show that brings in all kinds of people every year. So poor Megan, like she tried to get a weekend where it was like all free, but it's just every time you turn around, one more thing was announced for that weekend. And we're like,
yeah, that happens from time to time with like you really want to be the main events of a weekend. So that's unfortunate.
Oh man, I thought you were muted.
I was. I heard like a really loud bang, and my partner's not responding to me. So I'm like, so if I don't see anybody in a few minutes, I'm gonna be having to go check. But I don't know what that was. Yeah. I have control. I can unmute myself if I want to.
Whatever. Whatever.
Anyway,
yeah.
Y'all's turn now that Tasha and I have taken up 45 minutes of our time. Sorry.
But on the other side, everybody, is the Horror Hound convention that also took place the same weekend. Again, it happened in Cincinnati, Ohio. This was my second year going. This was Ash's like 50th.
Damn.
She's the queen of Horror Hound at this point. But no, it's such a fun time. I'll let Ash go into more detail about it. But again, Ash and I do Rise from the Dead podcast along with our amazing third co-host, Germs, who isn't here. And unfortunately, he didn't attend. but it was Ash and I representing Rise from the Dead podcast as press. This was my first year doing press, so I was very happy to be under the wing of my co-host Ash. So tell them a little bit about Horror Hound, what it is, your experience with Horror Hound, and then just kind of what we got into, and then we'll share stories.
They clearly had a very different time than we did.
Yeah, so like Horror Hound, I've always heard about this festival. I remember like just like being in the car and I see like everybody like dressing up, walking from their hotels to the convention center, and then like the news would do like coverage of it. And I'm like, I want to go. Like I always miss out on it. So back in, gosh, was it 2016? That first
50 years ago.
I think I
Told you,
my
50 times.
I think my first year attending was 2017.
Okay.
And at that time I was just like, you know what's the name of that convention? And I Googled it. I was like, that's it. I was like, you know what? I'm driving now because it took me forever to get my license. But I was like, I'm going. And I don't live far from the convention. So it's like
nice.
Very convenient. It's like a 10-minute drive for me.
Oh, that's super nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, like my first time attending there was 2017, and that was definitely something I will never forget. Like meeting the celebrities, like just the stories and like memories I've created. And I started going like every year since then.
Yeah.
They used to have it in Indianapolis, like they'll do a Cincinnati show in March, and then like in September they will do Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But I guess there's a lot of just issues trying to find like a good location, and it just fell through. So now they do 2 shows in Cincinnati, one in March and one in September.
Is Indianapolis smaller? City-wise?
No, I really don't. It's just I just heard a lot of different stories.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they just weren't able to like find like a really good spot. I don't know. I don't know.
That's important. I can imagine. Yeah.
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 But I've been to I've been to that show twice, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean it's still the same vibe and all that stuff. I mean, no matter what, like I'm always gonna pull up and I'm always gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
So like I always tell people, I'm like, you truly want to see me at my happiest, come to Horror Hound. Like I just being around like people who love the genre, who are just we're free to be who we want to be, like no judgment. We're just there for a good time. Like, yes, the celebrities are a bonus. Like, yes, like don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it's just the experience, just being in the same room as others and just having a good time. It's a great escape from reality. And it's just it's something I look forward to every single year. So I was super excited for Mike to join me what was it last year? Yeah, last year.
Yeah. Last year, March, and then I was supposed to go this March, but I had a family obligation, so I ended up not being able to go, but I really still wanted to go, and they have, like she said, they have another one in September, so I decided to go to that one. Again, 2 way different experiences, because the first time I went with Ash last year was my first time at a convention ever. So I was very overwhelmed, even though I was having a great time.
Yeah.
I just was like, I have no idea what to do. But like I said, and I'm not even joking at this point, like Ash is a pro convention goer, because especially like if she wasn't there, or if because she was doing press, like she had to be off on her own and I was just by myself, I would have probably like had an anxiety attack, because it's so there's so much to do. There's so much to see. There's how you guys said, like, you're not really into people I'm not the biggest peopler.
Yeah.
Either.
You couldn't fool me.
I know. He's very convincing.
like I can get through it, but like I am like
I'm the same way.
inside, I am overwhelmed.
Anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that time was way different because this is my first convention. I'm meeting someone that I created such a close bond with for the first time. I'm meeting her group of friends. So there was just a lot happening at this convention. Then again, meeting celebrities that you haven't met before, watching movies that you haven't done before. So then coming the second time around, again, this was coming in as press. Ash, how many times would you say you have gone as press now?
Oh Lord. This was have I done it for 3 shows now?
Okay.
I'd say it's been, yeah, I've done it for 3 shows.
How does
And
that happen? Like, how did you end up, doing press?
so our mutual friend Ryan, he does like the judging for like the film festival, and he
Oh,
was saying
okay.
like, hey, like they really want to push this film festival and they're looking for voices like content creators to like be a part of the show, like interview filmmakers and all that stuff. And
Sorry.
no, you're fine. So he like in our group chat, he was like, all y'all do content, like y'all need to apply and make it happen. So
That's
huge,
cool.
huge shout out to Ryan. Like Ryan,
That's
we
awesome.
always say in our group chat, like he is our cheerleader. Like no matter what, he is always there, like cheering us on. And also, side note, congratulations to him on being one of the co-hosts of the revamped version of horror movie podcast. And I
Aw.
will and I will say this, like what Mike was saying earlier about meeting like people from like online and everything. That's how I met like Ryan. That's how I met pretty much everybody in my friend group was online because of our
Yeah.
mutual love for horror,
Same.
and we all listen to the same podcast, horror movie podcast. So I mean, it's like a whole like round circle. Like it's just all coming together so beautifully, and I'm like forever thankful. But yeah, he told us like they were looking for like podcasters. So like all of us, we applied, we got approved, and we just been doing it ever since. Like it's such a great opportunity, like for like us as content creators to get our work out there, to spread the to let people know like, hey, we exist. Like we really want to
Yeah.
meet filmmakers, get to know them, interview them. It's great for the filmmakers, for them to like to show their craft, to push their work and like just get the word out there.
Yeah.
And that's one of like the big things about Rise from the Dead is that we really want to shine light on like indie filmmakers, because
Yeah.
like it's a lot of work to put your own work out there, especially as a
Yeah.
filmmaker. So we want to take the time to like showcase them, give them their flowers, have them have a platform for them to like talk about their work. So I just I just love doing it. Like, and we've
That's
met like
awesome.
Mike and I, we've met so many amazing filmmakers. Like last year was definitely my favorite year. Like meeting like Anthea and Justin and like just everybody, like just creating like making beautiful friendships. Like it's just a great time.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about Horror Hound, is with what Ash said about Rise from the Dead. So we like to highlight obscure movies on the show, but also we really love to highlight indie filmmakers, which is something we've been doing with Horror Hound. Ash has been doing it for a few years of meeting the filmmakers, having them on the show. It's a lot of short filmmakers, horror short filmmakers too. So we have them. We get to highlight what their film is, who they are as directors and stuff. But same thing here on Voices from the Mausoleum. I think that's kind of what pioneered the Sacred Crypt Awards, is our love and appreciation for indie horror and wanting to,
Yeah.
like Ash said, give the indie horror community their flowers, but not just movies. We wanted to highlight the horror book community, the content creator community, and the filmmakers and movie horror indie movies. So I feel like that is what I like about all these connections,
Yeah.
that they're very similar. My Rise from the Dead a family, my Voices family, and then also Horror Hound, because everything is about uplifting the indie horror community. Horror Hound, their film festival is such a great opportunity for all these independent filmmakers. I believe, Ash, correct me if I'm wrong, Terrifier, the original Terrifier movie, appeared in Horror Hound.
I want to say yes. It was either All Hallows Eve or Terrifier. I think it was one of those.
Yeah. So like they have the start for a lot of these filmmakers for these big movies that become cult classics and stuff. Shout out to Mary Beck
McAndrews.
yes, thank you. Sorry. And Jamie Alvey from Bystanders, because I got to meet Jamie at Horror Hound this year, who is nominated for Best Lead Performance in the Sacred Crypt Awards, as well as Bystanders is nominated for multiple categories.
Yeah.
And that also appeared at Horror Hound in March. So there's so much interconnections amongst all of the things that we're doing, and I love to see it. That's why Horror Hound is such a great time for me, and it just kind of like reinforces what it is that I like to do in the horror community, because again, and that's why I love both podcasts and YouTube channels that I'm a part of, because I do feel that the main core of what we do is honoring horror as a whole, but specifically independent indie horror, whether it be authors, filmmakers, actors, etc. And it just really showed in Horror Hound, especially this year. Again, doing it as press, I got to be in front of a lot of these indie filmmakers firsthand, because a lot of the times I'm introduced to them on the show because Ash had already met them. So actually being able to network myself was a fun experience for me. And there was a lot of other really fun firsts here with Horror Hound. I'm gonna have to kick it back to Ash, and I think she knows what I'm talking about. So everyone, Ash got to interview Jasmine Savoy Brown. You may know her as Mindy from Scream 5 and 6. She's also from Sound of Violence, which you got to talk to her about, because people may know her as Mindy, but she actually was a lead role in a horror movie called Sound of Violence. She's also in Yellow Jackets. So she's a pretty big name right now. And as press, Ash got to interview her. So talk about that a little bit.
And let me just say, like, that would not have been possible without like you, Michael, and our friend Robin. Our friend Robin from Horror Pop After Midnight. Shout out to him. So he'll do like a lot of interviews like with the celebrities at the convention, and I'm just the camera person, like, okay, go. And he's like, like, convention, you're gonna do the interviews. And I was like, oh no. One thing about me, I get nervous. I don't seem like the type, but I get nervous because I want to make sure like I know what I'm talking about, like I don't make a fool out of myself. So like this time around, I'm just like, we had such a good time talking to Jasmine. Like, okay, like I told myself, like I'm gonna do an interview. I don't care. I'm gonna do an interview. And Mike and Robin were huge helps. They pushed me, and I told Mike, I texted him the night before. I was like, I don't care what I say. I'm gonna need you to force me to do this interview. So, so like, thank you so much, Michael. But yeah, like,
I
interviewed her, and it was just amazing. Jasmine, like, if you're watching this, if either of you, like Angel, Tasha, like get a chance to meet her, like definitely meet Jasmine. She is everything. She is such a sweetheart, so
Sweetest
talented,
person.
sweetest person ever, and she gives the best hugs, and she has the cutest dog ever. Um, but yeah, the interview was great, and it was kind of fun. I mean, not kind of fun, but it was super fun. It was entertaining because like I'm interviewing, and there was people who are waiting in line for her, just watching. Like right when I was like, hello, beautiful people. People are like, oh my god, like you're recording something. Like, ooh, like what is she doing? And it was just
And
such a good time.
later in the day, someone came up to us, to Ash, and was just like, "You were interviewing Jasmine earlier today, right? I was in line. I saw you." Like, so it's fun because people love seeing
That's
what
cool.
these types of things that are happening, because there are so many just random people like myself and Ash who look like everybody else that are just
Yeah.
like interviewing these people. And I think sometimes they think like, oh, we're just fans too. And so I see a couple people think that they can do it too. And it's like,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
it's like, you have to
Like
you have to
we
actually
have
be
passed.
pressed to do this.
Like we're working for the convention. Like
Do
But
y'all
yeah.
get like different badges or anything for
yeah.
to be
So
pressed? Okay.
yeah. This year, the design was Elvira because she was actually supposed to be at this show, but she had to pull back due to like personal matters. So I think she's coming back in March.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but like the design of the badge was like Elvira, and it was super
Oh.
cool. And I love like after like every show, I just keep the badges hanging from like my mirror in the car.
In
I'm
the
like,
car.
yes, I'm like, I'm holding on to this. But
Aw.
but yeah, like just the opportunity to interview Jasmine was just everything. It was the highlight of my
I bet.
whole
That's
weekend.
super
I
cool.
was gonna attempt Fede Alvarez, but like, whew,
Yeah.
I
But
I
you
will
got
not.
to meet him.
I
It's
did.
the director of Alien Romulus,
And
Oh
Evil
yeah,
Dead
yeah.
2013,
Don't
Don't Breathe.
Breathe.
Evil Dead 2013, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh
Horror
shit.
Hound was him and his partner's first convention ever. So like it was awesome. Like, oh, you came to Cincinnati. Like we're your first stop.
And honestly, because Horror Hound Weekend has such a large reputation in the horror community that a
Mhm.
lot of celebrities do like horror celebrities do love and have Horror Hound as their first ever
That's
convention that they're
cool.
a part of. So like it has a huge history behind it. So
Yeah.
it's really fun to be a part of. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited and I'm grateful that I got to do it because honestly, again, it's because of Ash that I ever went in the first place, not just to meet her, but on Twitter, I decided I wanted to do my first horror convention, and I was asking people, I'm like, hey, there's one in Chicago, there's a few in Chicago. Days of the Dead. Has anyone been there? I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing my first horror convention. And Ash was just like, hey, the Horror Hound is in Cincinnati. It's not that far. I go there. My group of friends go there. If you ever want to go, like, you can hang out with us. We'll show you the ropes. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather go to my first horror convention to meet someone that I get along with, that is a friend. I would love to do this. So I ended up skipping the one that is closest to me to do
Yeah.
4-hour drive, meet one of my favorite people, and I'm so glad that I did. But
Oh.
from that too, like obviously one of the best things is getting to hang out with Ash. She is honestly one of the best people to hang out with in person. Um,
Tasha, how come you don't talk about me like this?
Have you
different.
met you?
We're over here like,
I
yeah,
love you.
I guess we could stay friends. And you're over here like, oh my God, she's the best. And I'm like,
Um,
oh,
but like it's such a great convention too. Like this time around too, we did split up a little bit because there was so much to do.
yeah.
So many different workshops, film blocks and stuff. So I definitely wanted to check some stuff out, and they have so much going on, but
Mhm.
with so much happening, you want to do it all, but it's impossible because there's so many
Yeah.
things at the same time. So you have to decide what it is you want to do. And I made some
Yes.
interesting choices. I will say
And
that.
I will say, like, I feel like that's the most like stressful part of that weekend. It's like there's so much stuff I want to do, but can I do it? Because you'll be like, oh, I want to see this movie, and it's like, but there's a panel at the same time. Oh, I want to meet this
No.
celebrity,
See?
and I know this line's gonna
Yeah.
be long, but there's like it's just like Mike was saying, there's so much to do, and you do have to make sacrifices, which sucks. But another great thing about Horror Hound is that, like, 2 weeks after the event or so, they do a Horror Hound rewind. So, like, on your ticket, when you buy your ticket, there's like a barcode, and you enter it on a website, and
Oh,
they show every panel, every
that's a
movie,
really great
short,
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
they do
awesome.
like
That's
announcements
a
of
great
their
idea.
guests for the next show, and they do that for like Friday through Sunday or Thursday through Saturday, something like that. But they do it for like 2-3 nights.
Because
So like
Horror
if you
Hound is Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's all 3 days. Okay,
Yeah,
I couldn't
it's
remember.
Yeah.
all
I couldn't
3.
remember.
So
Okay.
if there was like a movie or a panel that you missed,
You
you
get to
could
still
check
see
it
it.
out on
Yeah.
Horror Hound Rewind.
Yeah, that's really cool. We didn't have so TBR is still pretty small. It's working its way towards, but again, because it's multi-genre, it didn't have anything like that where it was like panels of authors reading from their books. Like it was a majority of the tables were horror, but it was not a horror
Mm.
specific, kind
Yeah.
of thing. So it's a lot smaller, but I'm with you on the badge. I got my first badge. This was my first con. I've never been to any.
And like you feel so important. You're like,
I know.
excuse me.
You can ask Tasha. I was like, "Where's our badges?" As soon as we got there, I was like, "Where's it at?" I took a picture. Is that on the little thing? Did I put it on the picture? I don't know if I put it on the thing or not. Let me see if I put it on here. Did I put it on here? I didn't.
No.
So there's a picture of me on Instagram holding my badge, and you can tell the level of joy. Like I sent it to my partner, and I was like, and I sent it, and she was like, "Oh my God, you look so happy." I was like, "This is the only reason I came."
It is. I got a badge. This is my first badge. And I, the whole time, I'm like, had to keep having an inner conversation with myself to not be that obnoxious person going like, I'm press.
I
Like,
know, where you just hold it and you're just like just in case
I'm
you were
important.
wondering.
I was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
I know. And it was different for us as vendors, right? Because we're like there to sell a product, but it was like walking around with it still. Like I got discounts on books because I had one.
Okay.
Like there was this one table that was like, oh, we do a 10% vendor discount or whatever. So like other people who have tables here can get the book for like a little bit cheaper or whatever. And I was like, okay, like it was cool to feel. And then like Tasha was funny because like I would say like people would come up and I would like sell a book and she would be like, ask them if they want you to sign it. And I was like, oh, do you want me to sign it? And she's like, oh my God, Angel, I swear to God. And then like people, I was like,
that's like half the point of like buying the book directly from the person who wrote it.
And I'm
is
like,
they write. Hey, thanks for buying my book.
It was so funny because like then there was like this there was this thing where I thought like I don't feel like my collection was easy to sell because it's like a mix of stuff, but I could be like, well, this one is sci-fi horror and it's about shark cults, and this one is about Christmas werewolves. And then I would say every time I'd be like, oh, and that's just my collection. And Tasha would like out of nowhere she would appear because she didn't stay at the table a lot. She would appear out of nowhere and she would be like, just your collection.
She's your hype person. Come on.
She was. She had to sell, like she had to like try to, well, she didn't have to, but she was one of the reasons I got a sale because I was walking around doing other stuff, and when I came back, I was like, why is this book here? She's like, oh, somebody came by and they want to get it. They didn't have enough cash. They're gonna go get it and come back. And they did. They came back and they got it. And I was like, holy shit, this is weird. Like, and then this one girl came by and she bought, I didn't sell that many books because it was very slow, but this one girl came by and said she's going to come back, and I was like, yeah, okay. Everybody walks by the table says that because they don't know how to tell you they don't want to buy your shit. So they leave and they don't ever come back. Well, she came back and I was like, oh my God, you came back. And it was like right when Tasha and I were packing up. And she was like, yeah, I want to get this book. So I do the whole thing. And I asked, because Tasha's been nagging me this whole weekend. I was like, would you like me to sign it? And she goes, I was just about to ask you that. And I swear to you, I looked at her and I was like, really? I hope I never lose that sense of self, though. You know what I mean? Because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And so she was so nice about it, but it was just funny because it was like, it was weird. Like, I still have a hard time even saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm an author. Oh, yeah, I went to this book event. And,
Yeah.
or, like, even when I was networking, I would be like, yeah, we have a publishing company. Like, saying those things is so weird. Like, it feels very strange. So walking around and saying them, I had to like remind myself that that's like true. You know what I mean? And people were like, and I'm telling you, authors love to get opportunities to talk about their books. So every person I met, I would give like, that was horror. I would give like my card and I'd be like, hey, just so you know, we do author interviews. And they'd be like, sign me up. Like they were like amped about it. They didn't care who I was prior to this, most of them. But then when I was like, I do interviews, they were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know, so anyway, but so there's a lot of that kind of stuff too. And it was like, I don't know. I think that like for my first con, I was really happy with the experience. And I didn't have to drive that far. I live in Georgia. So it was only took me like 2.5 hours to get to Tasha's house. And then the event was like, what, like 40 minutes?
Yeah, like 35, 40 minutes, depending on, because traffic was shit the whole weekend, so.
Yeah, that's true. But it wasn't, ultimately, like, and my drive home did take a long time, but ultimately it wasn't super far. And Tasha was ever so kind enough. She did not have to, but she let me stay at her house. So it did make things.
We'll make that mistake again.
She even gave me. Shut up. She even gave me her bed. She was like, you can sleep in my bed and I'll sleep out here. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have to do that. But that's good because I have back problems. So I probably would have been in pain all day. I didn't accept it. But and then I don't know, you can't see her butt anymore, but Ripley would come in the middle of the night and she would get all over my face to see what I was and see who I was. And then she would like, I would be like, lay down. And I would like try to get her to lay down with me. She would just jump out the bed and go away. And then like an hour later, she'd come back and she'd be like, are you still here? What's the situation? And I tried to get her to lay down with me and she would just bolt again.
I try so hard to warn anybody that's coming to my house about how much energy this dog has.
You undersell it, I would say.
I feel like there's no good way to describe it. Like, I'm pretty sure I've said at least 1 million times, she is going to lick your face off.
Oh, yeah.
She needs to meet Ralphie then.
Ripley's like, yeah, she's very high energy, I would say. Well, hi. The Bear Wolf is here.
Bear Wolf.
Angel, that is very true. I find that most people are so very open to being interviewed when I ask them, but writers especially. Filmmakers can be a little trickier, I find, to get like, you know, but authors are always like, hell yeah, I'll come on and talk about my book for 30 minutes or whatever.
But I will say with that too, especially because like indie filmmakers definitely want to do the interviews, but especially those that do short films, they really want to like put their name out there because it is, to me, it is a lot harder to sell your short.
Like all the ones that got nominated for the Sacred Crypt, I'd never heard of any of them. Not a single short that got nominated for the Sacred Crypt Awards. I had not heard of like any of them. Yeah, I've had a lot of filmmakers leave me on red. Yeah. Well, I took a chance recently because we had an opportunity to potentially interview somebody and it did not work out in the beginning. And I was like, and then they got picked up by somebody big and I was like, damn it. I was like, we're never going to get this. And I told Mike, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to message him today. And I did. And we're scheduling it. So I think like sometimes you just got to keep messaging them.
I think, you know what? I will say this has been a nice week for us regarding like things that are coming our way.
It's too much though. Angel's about to have a panic attack. I told Mike we have 2 big ones back to back next week, and I might throw up on one of them. It's very possible.
That's the thing too, is I'm laughing because like we've had a few times where we're like, oh, we forgot to do this, like we need to do this. And then now when people are like sending us things and like, oh, we have these big things we have to do, we're like, and we want to get it done by a certain release date kind of thing. And then we're like, of course, it's the 2 weeks that were the busiest.
It is.
We are
And
trying
it all
to-
happened leading up to our damn award show. Like all of
Yes.
it. Like we
I
got
know,
two screeners to two big releases. One's like super top secret. We can't even talk about it with our friends and family or our dogs. We can't talk about it with anybody. It's top secret. And then we have, so one of them I can say because we 100% have it booked, but next week we're getting to talk to the filmmakers behind Letter to James, which is a Silent Hill fan-made film, which is one like, it's a big deal, y'all. A lot of people have seen this damn short. And y'all, anybody who knows me for more than 10 minutes knows Silent Hill is my shit. And when I tell y'all, when this guy or whoever it was that responded to me was amped to come on, I about lost my mind. I messaged Mike and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
And I said, and it's, I was like, I've told Angel this before. I was like, Silent Hill isn't my thing. It's not because I don't like it. It's because I never played it growing up. So I have not seen these movies. I have not played the game. However, this whole week, I am going to be watching both films. I'm going to be watching the short film, and I'm going to be watching a 3-hour YouTube playthrough of one of the games.
Damn.
So, like, I'm going to be ready for this interview. Because
and I have
Angel is so hyped that it's making me hyped to do this.
Like I'm gonna have to have like a gummy before we
sound like me.
So I'm gonna be so anxious, and there's gonna be and the other thing I was thinking too is we've been trying to keep them to 30 minutes because nobody y'all watch and don't watch anything for more than like 30 seconds and you on to the next thing. So anything longer than 30 minutes doesn't hold retention, right? And so, but at the same time, there's no fucking way this is only going to be 30 minutes. I got things to say. Like, there's no way. Bitterwolf says that's very exciting. Yeah, y'all wait till y'all see what we got screeners for. I'm just saying, y'all just wait.
That is awesome. Was the first interview with the filmmaker the last thing Mary saw? Was it really?
Yeah, that was me and you.
Look at how far.
Tasha, you got ghost orbs in your house. Do you know that?
What?
I'm sorry. I've been watching a lot of Ghost Adventures because it's spooky season.
It's probably dog hair, to be honest.
No, it could be dog hair.
That part.
Right.
That's why I got my little fur thingy right here.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was my first filmmaker interview was with you. It was me and you, and we interviewed what's his name for The Last Thing Mary Saw. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I will tell you, if you're a filmmaker and you just happen to be watching this, y'all make me so nervous. I get so stressed doing filmmaker interviews. I come this close to canceling every time.
I have been having the most fun doing them, and especially like when you're not able to make it, I become the most stressed, and I'm like,
sorry.
Be able to do this, be able to carry this, be able to carry this. And it does.
You do amazing every time.
I have fun doing it, but like up until I hit record, I'm like, dude, okay, you got this, you got this.
I'm telling you, that's me. We got to, I think it was me and Steve. Me and Steve got to interview Jamie Nash. If y'all know who Jamie Nash is, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But we got to interview Jamie Nash. And I was like, we weren't even supposed to be talking about Exist. We were not supposed to be talking about Exist. But I was like,
how do you not?
I was like, while you're here, we have to talk about Exist for a minute. And I'm telling y'all, but leading into that interview, that was the most sick to my stomach I'd felt. I was so scared. I was like, please. And thankfully, he had a super easy name, so I didn't butcher it. But I was like, oh my God, Jamie Nash, this is huge for us. Like, huge deal, because I'm a big fan of his. Like, he's done other stuff besides Exist, but he's worked very closely with oh my God, what's his name from the Blair Witch Project?
Eduardo Sanchez.
Thank you, Eduardo Sanchez. I had the other guy the guy that does all the other found footage movies. I had his name in my head. I knew that wasn't right. Anyway, but he's worked very closely with him on multiple projects. But he was like a writer on Exist, and that's one of my favorites. Tasha actually introduced me to that one. I had not seen it. And anyway, so long story short, I love doing them as well. I always have a good time. I'm always so glad and grateful for the opportunity. But damn, y'all make me nervous. Y'all make me sick to my stomach. It's so nervous. Like, so Silent Hill, be prepared. If they got complicated names, I'm not going to be, we're big fans.
That's why I said, I was like, let's get their names. We'll practice all week.
I have the flashcards ready.
I think it's two of them. I think it's I can't remember who's going to be on. It's two people though. But either way, I'm going to be a mess. And then we got something else the next day. That's a big deal. And I'm like,
but yeah.
everywhere.
No, interviewing is very like it is very stressful. I would say because like obviously, especially like if it's live or you're in front of people.
That one.
So Ash got to interview Jasmine Savoy Brown. I am a huge wrestling fan as well as horror.
Weird overlap there. I feel like that's really common.
Yeah.
The overlap from wrestling to horror.
So I got to interview a wrestler, former WWE wrestler, Shotzi Blackheart, and it was so much fun. I was excited to do it because it was my first ever like in-person interview. So that was fun. And she actually, one of my questions was that because I said, I was like, it's interesting that in the horror community, there is a lot of overlap with wrestling. And I just asked her opinion on like why she thinks they go hand in hand. So it was a really fun interview.
That's a great interview question, Mike.
That is.
That's a great interview
he's good.
question. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't like. I'm telling you, I couldn't do one in person. I would faint. I have a thing I do. I have I don't know what they're called. I'm totally spacing it, but I have like the hand movement things when I get like really anxious, and I can hide that on camera because I can put them down here.
Oh yeah, no,
I can't do that in person.
No, you can't, because if you see my interview with Shotzi, I'm actually happy with the interview because at the end of the day, I'm like, this is who I am as a person.
Yeah.
But
I love that for you.
I was so exaggerated with every motion in my body. Every time she gave an answer I liked, I'm like, like I'm watching this back and I'm cracking up that I honestly contemplated not putting it out on TikTok or anywhere else because I'm like, this is kind of, well, first of all, I don't know how to use a microphone. I had the microphone.
No, because we had the tiny ones. Like the two interviews I did, I'm just like, so
yeah. Well, you and Jasmine had it like nice and close, like right here. I had it like all the way out where there was no reason to use this microphone. Yeah, we had the tiny mics, and it's basically non-existent in my interview. And then I'm just watching it back. I'm like, maybe I don't post this because it's a little like,
oh no.
But then I was like, you know what? I was like, let me post it because honestly, I want to see what the feedback is. So I just posted it, and honestly, I had some positive feedback. And as I watched it over and over, and I took my mindset off of like the hand movements and the expressions.
So critical of yourself. Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? This is honestly, she's having a good time. I'm having a good time.
I think it's great.
But I was just cracking up because like there were parts where like literally like I'm throwing my body around and I'm like, you are the interviewer. Like have some decorum.
Like I feel like that's such like it's okay to be that way. Like
it is.
I'm the same way because I get hard. I'm like, damn, why did I make that face? Like, why am I doing this? But at the same time, at the end of the day, it makes like celebrities are human too. Like we're all human. Like.
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be more authentic that way. So that way it's not like
genuine.
so structured. So I'm like, okay, I know I should have done that, but
content. Honestly, I think it makes better content. I will tell you, like we just interviewed Logan Ashley for his new book that comes out at the end of this month. And first of all, it's werewolves, but it's like a trans teenager who is like just going through top surgery and is trying to heal, and then also is like. Anyway, lots of layers.
Ooh.
Highly recommend. Go watch that conversation and get that book. But I'm very excited about it. Keisner. I butchered it. I'm so sorry, by the way, Logan Ashley. My bad. I even asked you beforehand. I don't know what I said. I don't know what happened in my head. I was excited and nervous all at the same time, but I didn't throw up, so that's a win. I just like, but when it came to like I watch our videos. Okay, I do mostly because I need to see if I'm as crazy on camera as I think I am. And I was like thinking, I'm like, I didn't let him talk at all. I overtook the conversation. I was too much. I was this. And I was laughing. I was watching it at work, and I was laughing at myself because I was the same way. Every time he said something that I thought was cool, I went, like, why do I do that so much? So anyway, it is what it is.
But I think that's what it is even any horror content creator who may not look it in their interviews, if they've done it long enough or if they're structured a certain way, I think
Yeah.
everybody who is interviewing people, whether it be in person, via podcast, or like a screen interview, I don't think there's any way not to shake nerves, especially like if you're interviewing a celebrity, if you're interviewing someone who's making their own content and you enjoy it, especially if you enjoy it. Because like these filmmakers, most of the ones that we are interviewing here on Voices from the Mausoleum are indie horror filmmakers. We're not interviewing the huge like
to us,
Jordan Peele's, but to us,
they're
love these people.
superstars. We're like, oh my god,
Oh my!
like
I got to interview Nick Catrufo, who did the McKinney Family Home Videos 1 and 2, and I was cracking up during that interview. And he kind of like said it, and he even was like having a good time because he couldn't believe how big of a fan I was. It was unreal to him that someone was gushing over their film and like over them as a director. And I'm like, I just really love it. I couldn't contain myself with this interview. And then he was also just like, this is awesome. Like I have like a hardcore fan. And I'm just like, this was a great interview for me. Like I never thought that this would be like a dream interview, but I've just been enjoying the hell out of his work. So instantly,
you don't even like analog horror.
That's the funniest part is that's not my subgenre. But what he's doing, it's just like resonating with me so well. So I have become such a huge fan. Same thing with Chris Vanderkay. I am a huge fan of his work. And I think what it is because before we interview these people, like they've been connecting with us, like genuinely just reaching out to us, saying they like what we do, the stuff that we were doing with Found TV. They just really like what we're doing. So they're connecting, just wanting to have conversations with us. And then you just become a fan of who they are as people. And then the fact that they are doing work that you enjoy. Because here's the thing. There are people that I like that their stuff just might not be for me, but I still like who they are, and I like what they do for that reason. And then there's people who I think they're great people, and I really, really love the work that they do. On the unfortunate side is there's people who like you watch their stuff, you really like what they do, you find out they're not the greatest people, and then you're just like, that stinks because I really like what they do. And then you just have to move along. But these people
that just happened recently. It's such a bummer when that happens. Like we met what's his name? Paul Avery Tyndall. We got to meet him at TBR, and he was nominated for Best New Voice, I think, for the Sacred Crypt Awards. And it was cool talking to him because he was like, oh my god, I didn't even know I was nominated. This was so cool. And he was like overly like, he was like, you got to let me know like when to tune in. I can't wait to watch. I hope, obviously he hopes he wins, but he's excited about it and whatever. And it was like, it was really cool because even the ones that feel big to us, like they still value and appreciate like where we are with it as far as like fans or wanting to promote it. Like I will tell this, the first time I got a screener from Dutch from Horror in the High Desert, I about lost my mind. I said, I'm sorry, you want us to have a screener to your movie? Okay. And then he sent us 3 as well. We got Firewatch was the other one that he sent us. And so I was like, this is the thing? Like, oh my God. Like, they're these huge superstars to us, right?
Yeah.
And we feel like, oh, we're just this like small channel, but they care. Like they don't just do it, I feel like, to promote. I feel like they trust us. They want to work with us, and it means something.
100%. And then there's a group called Monster Makeup who have done Death Drop Gorgeous.
Love them.
And they have their own other endeavors. I forget his name. I know his last name's Paris.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon.
he is an author.
He's been on Voices before. I interviewed him for Queen of Rats.
And he also was nominated for a Sacred Crypt Award for Best Novella.
Yep.
But they are a huge fan of Rise from the Dead podcast, and we are a huge fan of theirs.
Yeah.
And we really love them. And like you said, how Dutch is for us, like he might not be a big name to everyone, but to us, that is like a holy crap. And that's how I feel about Monster Makeup. When they first, because I was tweeting about their movie Death Drop Gorgeous for a while before I knew, and they're following me, and I'm like, I watched this on Tubi. Like, you guys are a legit movie.
I know.
You're following me, like, and then they're responding to me and sending me genuine, like,
I love them so much. I remember, like, speaking of screeners, like, I started getting screeners because on Kill the Dead, we interview, I'm zoning out on his name, Jeffrey. He's the writer of the first Final Destination movie. Yeah, we interview him.
You just know this stuff.
I almost said something else. I'm like, no, that's not it. So apologies, Jeffrey, if you're watching this. But after interviewing him, his PR person was like, hey, like, would you be interested in like getting screeners and all that stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
Sign up. So I remember one morning I got an email. It was for Death Drop Gorgeous, and like what really caught my attention was that it was like when oh my gosh, the way they described it, like a John Waters movie meet horror type thing. I was like, oh, sign me up. So I'm like forever thankful for getting emails and stuff, because like I fangirl over Monster Makeup. Like, I do not play. Like, I love everyone involved in Monster Makeup. Like, they're incredible. They're so talented. And was it Friday? There's gonna be a sale for Drago Blu-rays.
Oh,
so, like, if you were in the festivals and you were able to catch their second feature film, Saint Drago, and you want to buy a copy of it, Friday coming up, it will be on sale.
Ooh.
So I'm like waiting for that link. I'm like, okay, y'all better hurry up and post it, because I love that movie.
This is a movie. Every film festival or virtual film festival that I tried to watch because they were going to be in it, it either ended up their movie was only going to be in the physical version of the film festival, or I just missed the virtual film festival that they were at. So like, I am amped for this movie because I want to see and support everything that they do, but it also seems like a really cool movie, and I'm super excited for it. So I'm like, this has been 2 years in the making, because it's been in the making for a few years already.
Yeah.
And
that was the first thing I ever saw regarding them, and that was the movie I think why I ended up following them to begin with, and that was a while ago.
You saw that one too?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
They were posting. I mean, I'm sorry, they were posting about it, and I was like, "What is that?" And I'm like all over the queer horror thing, but it's like it was just like, "Oh, okay," and I started following them, and then so that was actually how. Oh, I missed this. My bad. This is random, but I just interviewed. I'm telling you, I want her on this channel so bad.
We love her
so bad. And we discovered that we both interviewed the same filmmaker for our first interviews. That's really cool.
Oh,
that's
fun.
awesome.
Saint Drago is so good. That's how I met Brandon as well. He sent a screener. That's amazing. Brandon came on for a totally different project, but he's so nice. Like, he's so nice. So nice. I guess we will kind of wrap up. We went a little over, but that's okay. There's a lot of tangents. We are. We are. We used to do 2-hour lives, but that's a long time. And, I have kids. So it's like, trying to, it's just a lot. But anyway, so I don't know. Did you have anything else specific you want to go around the room and ask or talk about, or?
I think that was basically it. It was basically, the rest of it was just kind of like any other like experience or moment that you had, kind of thing. But
any
honestly,
cool
I feel
merch?
We got some merch.
Does books count? I bought a bunch of books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any of them with me, but this was one I got after the fact. It's called Werewolves of Bristol Manor.
I love how werewolves is like becoming a big thing now. Like it needs to happen.
This happens to me all the time because it happens to me all the time. I was like super into found footage and everyone hated found footage. And then they come out with that terrible movie. What's the movie with the guy that does the YouTube channel that walks around playing his own music? That movie everybody loves.
Deadstream?
Oh.
Deadstream. They come out with this
yes.
terrible movie. And now everybody's like, oh my God, I love found footage. And I'm like, God, listen. So anyway, I manifested the werewolf thing. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there.
I will definitely say, because like Angel has, as long as I've known her already, found footage and werewolves.
Yes.
So, but look at these beautiful chapter heads.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Anyway, this
and
is done
also
by
aliens.
I'm a big fan of aliens.
Yeah.
Tasha and I. That's me and Tasha's. Like that was one of the first things we ever bonded over was the movie Signs.
Didn't you also get a alien book?
I don't have it with me.
But you said it's
called
found footage?
That was Paul.
That's Paul. That's the
yeah.
guy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Paul, I go over to Paul's table and I'm like, I just wanted to come see what you had. You know, I'm looking at his books, and he points to this book called Sniping. What's
I think it's Hunting Snipe.
Hunting
The
Snipe,
cattle
and it's like
mutilation.
green, and it's got like a cow on it, and I was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Tell me about it." So it's the first book he pitches. He's like, "Oh, this is like cow mutilations and aliens and found footage," and I was like, "I will take that one, please."
You're
And
coming
Mike-
home with me.
Mike, you have a signed copy from him coming. I just have to finish buying it because I started and then I got distracted because I have ADD. But in case anyone wasn't clear that was super obvious, but I'm getting you a copy. He's gonna sign it and send it to you once I finish paying for it. But anyway, but he was like, "Oh my God, you didn't hear my other pitches," and I was like, "I don't need to hear your other pitches. Like this is all I needed. You said all of my what are they called buzzwords? You said all my buzzwords. Like what book?" But yeah, I got a werewolf book. Actually, I got 2 werewolf books. I got 2 werewolf books. I got my partner kind of Greek Roman fantasy book. And then I got 2 kid books for my littlest. And what else did I get, Tasha? I came back with books. It became this running joke. Whenever I would leave the table, Tasha would time me to see how long it took me to come back. And they would all start to laugh hysterically if I came back with a book in my hand. Because every time I left, I bought a book. And
that's because every time you left, you were like, I'm not going to buy a book. I'm just going to do this. And we're like, the fuck you aren't. Like,
yeah, it was a total lie. And everyone knew it was a lie, including me. I was like, I'm not even going to take my whatever this time. And then they had like a scan thing. I could do my phone. I was like, shit. But anyway, so
that's how they got it.
And then I think the coolest thing I got was this. And it says Voices Publishing on it, which was even cooler, in my opinion. So that was what I came back with. I didn't buy a shirt or anything, but they didn't have a lot of stuff like that because it was just a different type of thing. So.
Yeah. So at Horror Hound, there's so many vendors, so many different types of vendors, but we also ended up having our own unintentional running joke because I went with the intention because I'm trying to find foreign horror, specifically Asian horror merch. I wanted some shirts because I have been on a kick over the past 2 months watching so much Asian horror films. So I'm like,
I love that. So good.
I want merch. I want some good shirts, but they didn't have anything except for, and each day I kept finding something new of the same thing. I could not escape Godzilla. I love this shirt, and it's cooler on the back. So it has like it's a Godzilla tour shirt, and on the back it has tours, but instead of saying canceled, it says destroyed.
Oh, cute.
That's awesome.
But
that's a fun shirt, though.
We literally, like, everywhere I went, because I'm looking for Asian horror, Godzilla, and then each day there was something new, and I'm like, Godzilla. Like, it was taunting me, but I did end up buying, and Ash bought it too. So I got distracted by this one vendor because she had this beautiful, the dark crystal blanket. Love that face because I
I
love the
love the
dark
dark
crystal.
crystal.
And she had plushes of all the characters, like all the characters.
Even
So I'm like
Smith's
distracted. I'm like, ooh. And I'm ready to ask her about how much is the dark crystal blanket. Because I'm like, ooh, but it's not horror, like not fully horror. I was like, oh, but you know what? I do love this. And as I go to turn to ask her, she has a tapestry, her blanket of Godzilla, but it's every single Godzilla movie on this blanket.
I have mine out
It-
right here, but it's too
It's
big.
like-
So wait. So you didn't get anything Dark Crystal. You got something else Godzilla.
Yes. Because I was like, I just saw that and I just saw I was like, this is the coolest blanket. She had a smaller one, a less expensive one, but it was just like one movie, one Godzilla. It was a beautiful blanket, but this one was so cool. And I'm like, I'm going to be doing, like in January, I'm going to be doing every single Godzilla movie marathon.
Jesus.
So I'm like, I need
There's
this blanket.
so many, Mike.
There is.
There's so many.
I have them logged. I have them everywhere. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know which days and which movies. Like, this is planned out.
There's going to be smoke coming out of your ears about halfway through this situation. Like, there's so many of them.
Because, like, I always tell people, because they have you seen it before? I was like, I know I've seen the first Godzilla. And
The
I know
original.
the original. I've seen a couple others, but I don't know which ones I've seen.
Yeah.
So I say I have only seen the original. Everything else coming forward is going to be new to me, even though I know I've seen a couple. I just don't know which ones I've seen.
They get a little
minus
blurred.
one.
Huh?
Haven't seen -1 yet.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Okay, I'll say like.
Well, no, I love that one. Angel does not like that one. Because
keep
hold on,
your people out of my monster movies. People, I don't want people in my monster movies.
So everything that we and everyone else love about Godzilla -1, about the like emotional impact of the movie, the like heart and soul of the movie, Angel's like, screw that shit. Where's Godzilla destroying everything?
Listen, the next Godzilla versus Kong, I want just them. No dialogue, no people, just them wrecking shit and fighting monsters together. That's all I need. That's all I want. And it must be genetic because my 7-year-old has gotten to the point where he's like, we were watching Gremlins 2 the other day, and he was like, Mom, you know, I really don't like the people parts. Can we please skip to the parts where the Gremlins are like, and I'm like, same. They're monster movies. And I get it. I tried so hard to watch -1 like a million times, and I was bored to tears. I was like, where's my monsters?
I'm like, this is
I
so
know, and I'm over here like,
and Angel's like, I don't want to cry during a freaking Godzilla movie.
I do not. It's true. It was fun to hear your reflections. What a great group of people. Yeah, Tasha, you need to connect with Bitter Wolf and go on the
Do it.
It's so fun. Yeah. You just got to message her on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I think your Instagram's in the description for the episode. Should be. If I'm a professional, that's where it is. And I don't have the slightest idea what that other comment is, so we're just gonna move on. But anyway, yeah, I don't want
about me watching the
Godzilla.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, who? You're from who? I was so confused. I thought it was related to the comment. Listen, we have had people come into our comments and like act crazy and like berate us and say a bunch of crazy shit. So, and Tasha knows this because she knew somebody in the comments one time, and she texted me because she could tell I was about to ban them because I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Like, so I get protective. I'm like, who are you? What are you doing? No, so is being queer and a female on the internet. Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
But no, so yeah, I could not escape Godzilla. He was following me the entire con.
I can't believe you teed it up like you got something Dark Crystal and you went.
Well, no, so that was the first thing I bought of Godzilla, and that's what started the whole Godzilla thing.
Or the tapestry thing?
Because I was like, oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to get that blanket. And then from that point forward, everything Godzilla, everywhere we went.
Hilarious.
Random places. I'm like, Godzilla. But then we also, last thing, sorry, I know we're holding you guys hostage. We saw this awesome pin vendor who had the most obscure
like
horror
pins,
movies.
Or I mean, Yeah, you know what I'm
like
trying to say.
thermal, not thermal. Is it thermal? Oh no, remember
Enamel.
enamel.
Like
There you go.
these.
Yes.
Yeah,
These kind of-
And what drew my eye first was she had from I think it's the late 80s, a movie called Pin. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Really obscure movie.
It's on
Uh,
YouTube.
it's on YouTube. It was
It's
on
from the
Shudder.
80s.
Yeah.
I think it's
It was on
late 80s,
Shudder for
early
like a
90s.
month or two. They've had it on there real fast. People started watching it and then they pulled it. I don't know what ended up
Don't even
happening.
get me started on Shudder. Go ahead.
But it's a movie that is wild. Like it is a weird.
Mhm.
It is one of the weirdest movies I have seen, and I have seen some weird movies. But she had a pin of Pin, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" So we started looking, and she had like pins of movies that you rarely ever see merch for.
Like deep cuts, like the good,
Yeah, like very obscure movies.
I wouldn't have known what they were. I would have just been like, what is this?
like
And
we
we-
felt like kids in a candy store. Like
Oh, I
every
love
we
single
went to her.
that.
day.
We went to her shop every single day
Get
and
along,
talked to her for like 15 minutes each
Aw.
time we went back, and we kept finding new stuff. And I'm just like,
Aw.
we probably bought a total of 10 pins while we were there.
I love it.
It was great.
That's cute. Hmm.
But yeah,
I just
that
bought
was
books. That's all I bought.
at a
Books.
book convention. That's fair.
So strange.
And I was laughing because I have a Wendigo tattoo on my arm, and so I was walking by this girl that I ended up being friends with, Morgan. That's a romantasy writer. I walked by and I was like looking at her books because one of them had the word wolf in it, and I was like, "Is this fantasy?" And she was like, so we started talking about it, and she said out of nowhere, she goes, "She's good." She said, "Is that a Wendigo on your arm?" And I was like, "How do you know that that's a Wendigo?" And she goes like this. So if like her book is sitting like this, she goes, and I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch. You got a romantasy book about a Wendigo?" I was like,
She saw you coming, Angel.
dude, I got like I don't know if you can see him, but this is a Wendigo right here. Like my art right here is a Wendigo. Anyway, so it's just very funny because she was like, and I was like, "Girl, is this the second book in the series? I can't start with the second book in the series." So I got the wolf one because it's the first one. And then I'll work my way. And you know what's fucking crazy, y'all? This book, the sequel to this one, is also a Wendigo. A wolf, 2 series start with werewolves and shift to Wendigos. Like my 2 favorite things. Weird. I started this. I was into all these things. And here comes everybody else trying to be cool like me. That's what it is. Anyway. I'm done. Watch the Sacred Crypt Awards.
Yes. October 25th.
My mama's
7
birthday.
p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Is that what we
sounds
said?
right to me. Hmm?
If it is, we'll
That's what I
correct
have
it.
on my calendar, so.
Oh, Tasha, I'm going to send you pictures of my dress. My dress for the event came today.
Ooh. Oh, is this a fancy thing too?
It is a fancy.
So I have to wear pants?
I swear to God, these are the expressions she thought were so funny to see in person, y'all. Because I was like, you know that this is fancy. You're a presenter. What are you doing to me right now? I'm going to murder you. Absolutely going to murder you. Anyway, but I'm going to send you a picture right now, Tasha. So you can
Sorry. I just threw my phone at Journey. He's not happy now.
Uh-oh. Whoops. Well, I sent you pictures so you can tell me how pretty it is. Anyway, moving on. Okay. So I'm excited to do TBR Con. I will tell you next year, it did light a fire in me. I am probably going to start a horror book convention for the South because there's not any in the South that are horror specific. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it actually because I think I might actually have a venue that I don't have to pay for. So I'm very excited about that. But anyway, because that's like the most expensive part. So anyway, but it really opened up to like, we need something for just horror. And a lot of people were saying they can't go to the ones that are further away. And it's easier to go to stuff in the South. And I'm like, word. That's why I can't go. I can't go to any of this stuff because it's all really far away. So anyway, like I said, we have kids. Like it's just too hard to do stuff like that when you have, especially because the youngest is 7. So it's hard. But anyway, so it was a lot of fun. I questioned my friendship with Tasha a couple times, but I think we made it through. And Yeah, I don't know. What do we say to end these things? I don't know. I'm tired.
I honestly don't remember.
What do we say? Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
We're professionals.
Go make sure.
We were talking about new merch. I think we need a "We're Professionals" shirt.
Yes.
Oh, wait till you see my idea for Found Footage Faithfuls. I think you're gonna love it. But make sure you're following Ash. Make sure you're following Tasha. Make sure you're following Mike if for some reason you're not already. Make sure you're subscribing. Go back and watch all of our videos. We need the watch hours. Okay? Chop chop. And make sure you check out the Sacred Crypt Awards, October 25th, a completely live event, Zeus willing. And that's all we have. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you in the next one.
Ta-ta.